Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Trout's Got Your Back. I'm Traudt and I got your back, Jack. Today I'm going to show you how to change the oil in your car. A lot of people don't know how, and it's a good skill to have. So to show you how, I'll be using my 2003 Chrysler Concorde. Ain't she a beaut?
Our first stop is at the auto parts store. Once you're in the oil filter section, you will find a manual that tells you which specific filter you need for your vehicle's make and model. Go ahead and find your filter, grab an oil pan, and now this is the most important part. Make sure you get the correct oil for your car. It should tell you in the owner's manual or even on the oil cap which oil to use. I used a 10W30 Velocity that is half recycled oil. That's right, baby, I'm going green. The first thing we need to do is pop the hood. After that, we'll go ahead and jack up your ride if it sits too low to the ground like this one. And for safety, we'll go ahead and throw in a floor jack.
There's not many materials that you need for this job. All we're gonna need is the new oil filter, an oil filter wrench. If you don't have one of these, it can be kind of a pain. It makes the job a lot simpler. A socket wrench to take the plug out of the oil pan. Of course, your oil, and you always wanna have a rag because your hands are gonna get dirty.
The oil pan plug is located underneath the engine. It stands out and it'll be very easy to find. Now we're going to take our socket wrench and loosen that plug up. Make sure that you use the correct socket size, because if you don't, you're going to strip that bad boy and you are going to have some problems. Line up the oil pan to catch the stream. Be careful because it may be hot, and it is also recommended that you allow all of the oil to drain completely. Remember, put the plug back in before adding any new oil. The next thing we want to do is loosen up that oil filter with the oil filter wrench until it's easy enough to take off by hand. If you don't have an oil filter wrench, go ahead and use some channel locks. That usually does the trick. Be careful with this bad boy because it's full of oil. It's good to lube the new filter with the new oil to prevent any seizures. Screw the filter back into its position. Make sure that it is in there tight. If you can't tighten it enough by hand, go ahead and use your filter wrench to finish the job. We're done under the car, so pull out your jack stand, drop the jack, and let's fill her back up with oil. Don't pour all the oil in at once. You want to kind of take it easy, otherwise you're going to overflow that funnel and you'll just have oil on the ground. Everybody knows that. You want to pull out the dipstick to check and make sure your levels are in between the min and max lines. Put your cap back on, close the hood, and clean your hands up, because this job is done dealing. Let's take a gander at what this ended up costing. The oil was $18, the filter was $4, and the pan was $3. Overall, that's a grand total of $25. Not too shabby. Once again, I'm Aaron Traudt, and I got your back.